Hello everyone and welcome to the Lazy Kitchen Salad Bar Edition Part 2. So this is another one of these special editions. Some of you may have seen the Salad Bar Special Edition Part 1. Part 2, we're going to talk about making our lunch salads using cooked vegetables. For those of you who are new to the Lazy Kitchen, there are probably a few of you out there. The Lazy Kitchen is the place where we learn to make food that is quick and easy, 10 minutes or less, affordable to the best that we can without losing nutritional value, and most importantly, healthy and all-in-one, defined as a meal that has our protein, our starches, incidentally all the recipes are gluten-free, and very importantly, our vegetables, which seem to be the ones always left behind. So the reason that we're recording this Salad Bar Edition Part 2 with cooked vegetables, there are actually three reasons. The most important one is that there are a lot of people out there who have digestive issues that don't allow them to tolerate a lot of raw vegetables. So salads the traditional salads are not accessible to them. So people with things like IBS and colitis, and some people with reflux or whatnot. So this gives those people the opportunity to still make themselves healthy all-in-one lunch salads using vegetables that cook really well and can be eaten cold. The second reason is that depending on where you live and what you have access to in terms of groceries, you may not have raw vegetables accessible year-round, or if you do, they're really not something you want to eat because they don't taste very good. And reason number three, for those of us who live in a cold climate where, for up to 4 or 5 months out of the year, the temperature may not get above freezing, it's just not very appealing to eat a raw vegetable. You want to eat something that feels a little bit warm. So whatever the reason, we're going to talk about how to make yourself quick, easy, healthy, and affordable lunch salads. So as in the first edition of the Salad Bar, we're going to build our salad using 5 important nutritional elements. Number one is our vegetables. We're going to use vegetables that are easy to cook ahead of time and that are healthy and tasty to eat cold. There's a bunch of them. Today I only have 4 of them with me. I have asparagus, carrots. This is a mix of broccoli and cauliflower, and I have some green beans. They are French cut rather than square cut. You can explore other vegetables. I would say these are vegetables that are pretty dependable to taste good when lightly cooked. The way you're going to make those vegetables, if you are ambitious and you have a little extra time, you could do them stovetop in a little saucepan. Otherwise, as long as you have glass containers, do not ever cook a vegetable in the microwave in plastic. A lot of issues with that. But if you have a glass Pyrex dish of sort, you can put your vegetables, whether raw or frozen, and cook them for about 2 or 3 minutes. They'll be ready to go in a salad. So I have asparagus, I have these were frozen, these were raw carrots that came in this crinkle cut that looks almost like a little fry. These were fresh in a bag, pre-cut, and these were frozen. Price for a bag was anywhere from $2 to $3, and so you can make yourself several salads with vegetables at a base. I recommend you use at least 2 vegetables, and if you're really short of time and imagination, you can even get a bag of mixed frozen vegetables and use that. Number 2 is our protein. Very important. So some options that will go well in cold salads would be boiled eggs. You can buy these boiled eggs that are peeled. This was about $3 or so. I think there are 5 or 6 of them. Easy to use. I have some canned tuna. That's kind of a favorite that a lot of people know. Healthy, inexpensive. I have some canned plain chicken breast. Now, some of you who have not seen the first salad edition may be a little surprised as to why we would use canned meat. It's actually a healthier version of a lunch meat versus some of the things you get in the deli department, which have a lot of junk added to them. This is literally just chicken, salt, and water. So you definitely can redeem that for salad. Also fairly inexpensive, a couple dollars for a can. I have put beans. I happen to have garbanzo. You can use any bean of choice. I recommend you use some organic ones. They're very inexpensive. Beans are not just protein. They also have some healthy starches and good fibers. So they belong somewhere between the protein and the starch department. Other options, if you're dairy tolerant, is cheese. I have some little baby mozzarella and I have some crumbled goat cheese here. Next department is going to be our starches, and that's where often for lunch we end up grabbing low quality refined grains with breads and crackers that are very overrepresented in our diet. So I'm specifically wanted to avoid those. So this will take a little bit of prep time. Baby new potatoes that you do not have to peel, you would have to boil those stovetop. Takes about 15 minutes, but then they're good in the fridge for probably a week. You don't even need to cut them. You can just, your fork will cut through them in the salad bowl. I had gotten some frozen cut sweet potatoes. You can get squash as well. They do really well in salads. I will show you here what I got. It's something in the frozen section. It was $1.60. You cut it, you put it in there, microwave it for 2.5 minutes, and it's ready to go. Rice is another one. You can buy some frozen, ready to go brown rice with nothing added. Still a very healthy starch compared to some of the alternatives. Very inexpensive. I nuked it for a minute. Corn is one that some people know and like. Not everyone can digest corn. Be careful. Frozen, nuke in a microwave in a glass container, about a minute, and it's ready to go. The last two items have some overlap, so I'm going to talk about them at the same time. We want some healthy fats. I know a lot of people were excited about the frozen cut avocados that I showed in the raw salad bar edition. They don't go really well with cooked vegetables and stuff, so feel free to experiment. But tried and true are going to be nuts. I have raw walnuts. You can tell at my house we don't mess around with our walnuts. We buy them both. I have some raw sunflower seeds, and we have the ever-present olives at my house, one or the other. Condiments is where you play around a little bit for taste. This is also where we end up losing a lot of nutritional value when we buy pre-made salad dressings and sauces, so be really careful. You can never go wrong with good olive oil and a good tasty vinegar. Other things that may be of interest would be things like capers, especially if you use a little bit of the brine, like the olive brine is going to add some flavor. I have some baby pickles, and I have a really good tomatillo salsa that I like to add to mine. So the next thing, the last item you need is you need a container to put your salad. Since you're not going to be heating this up, you can just use a good quality plastic container with a lid. I recommend, obviously, when you make a week's worth of salads, you're not going to have all of this. You may have a couple vegetables, 1 or 2 protein, 1 or 2 starches, and a few simple things. And you still can make yourself that's, diverse enough that you can make 5 days worth. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to build 5 salads of different kinds, and as usual, I am going to start the timer so you can see how much time it takes me to do that. Obviously, it's taken me a few minutes to grab things out of the fridge and out of the microwave to get started, but you can still make your salads for the week and not burn a lot of time. So let's get started. So I'm going to the end so you can see me do. So my first salad, I'm going to put some broccoli and cauliflower, which I actually really like in salads. For protein, I am going to have a little bit of chicken. That's what I'm in the mood for. Okay. And you know, be generous with yourself if you need protein to get through your day. As far as the starches, I think the rice is going to go well with this. So I'm going to add my brown rice. Probably need a bigger spoon. Oops, a good thing when you drop something on the floor at my house. Now we have a dog that'll lick it clean for us. Very good. I may add a little bit of sunflower seed on this one. And for condiment, I am actually going to use some of my tomatillo salsa. Go. I really like green salsa. Very good. And last but not least, we'll put a lid on so we have one salad ready to go. Very good. Let's go back and start over again. So this time I'm going to do carrots. And you can never overdo your vegetables, so let's be generous. I'm going to do carrots with a little bit of green beans. And for my protein, I am going to do a mix of chickpeas. Whoops. And I think I'm going to add an egg. Obviously, since you're going to do something with your hands, make sure your hands are clean. I think I am going to add a couple of potatoes. And with this, definitely calls for something like capers. I'm going to keep the brine. And I am going to add a little bit of olive oil for the week. You adjust the quantities to however big of a lunch or meal on the go you will need. Okay, salad number 2 is done. And let's come back here. All right, asparagus is what I have not had yet. So we're gonna make asparagus. And I may add just a few carrots with this for the sake of diversity. Let's see. Let's go vegetarian today. I'm going to go liberally into my mozzarella. And this is going to be a long day at the office, so I need a lot of energy. I think on this one, I'm going to add some corn. And because this one doesn't have as much protein, I am going to add a little bit of walnuts. So some of these things, they're not strictly fat, they are like fat and some fiber and a little bit of protein. So nuts is one of those hybrid foods. And for condiments, this definitely calls for some of these really yummy Kalamata olives, and I'm even going to add a little bit of brine. Very good. So here we go. Salad number 3 is ready to feed me on Wednesday. Salad number 4. Goodness. I'm going to go back to the broccoli and cauliflower. Broccoli is really not one of those vegetables you want to try to eat raw a lot. Very few people can digest it well. I'm going to add a tiny bit of green beans. All right, let's crack the fish open. Lots of fish options. There's mackerel as well. There's sardines for some of those, some of you who have grown up around them. They're really nutritious, lots of omega-3s. Don't have to take a fish oil that day. All right, I am going to do some sweet potatoes with this. And what will go well with this? I think we're gonna do a little bit of balsamic and a little bit of olive oil. The tuna really needs a little bit of moisture. And oh, let's see. Yeah, we should probably add a tiny bit of fat. I'm going to put a little bit of sunflower seed. That was not a little bit. All right, here was Thursday. And we're past the hump day. And our tower is growing bigger. And last but not least, this is what Friday will bring to me. And I think the carrots look like they need a place to go. I'm gonna add my asparagus. And let's see, what do we want? We have not had our goat cheese yet. I'm gonna mix something. Put goat cheese with chicken. I don't know, that's a new one for me, but it sounds interesting. Let's do a few more potatoes with this one. And we have the baby cukes. I guess I have to do justice to them so they don't feel totally left out. So I'm gonna put a couple. Whoops. Very good. And maybe a couple olives too. I think you can never go wrong with olives, personally. There we go. And here is Friday, and hopefully this will taste good just before happy hour. Excellent. So 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Obviously you need to take into account the setup, probably 10 minutes, the takedown, probably 5 to 10 minutes, but you have made yourself 5 meals, a whole week's worth of healthy, affordable, quick lunch salads all in one for about 20 minutes worth of time, and probably I would say 15, at the most $20 worth of budget. So I hope you've enjoyed preparing lunch salads with me. I look forward to seeing you again.